Welcome everybody to my personal favorite Nintendo DS game.
It's practically the favorite of every Layton fan. It's like you just walk up to a Layton fan and boom, they'll say this one's obviously the best.
And guess what, everybody? This time Teo will actually be a permanent member of this playthrough.
Cheers!
Awesome.
Yay!
Also the case for Azran Legacy.
And Teo will get to hear
honestly, it would be a lot better if he actually was in all the playthroughs, but since he's not...
Well, that just means I'll have to recover the rest of the Layton games before we tackle Azran Legacy.
Sure. Oh, sure. In that case,
fine. Will Teo get to hear the wonder of Dick Layton?
Well, what do you know? Instead of Jova...
This is a work of fiction, no shit.
Those are intended to resemble the real world.
Stuff in
they're covering level 5 is covering their asses. Teo. You know how people tend to be when it comes to, especially now in the internet age.
Even though there's all this mystical stuff going on where people can be brought back to life.
Anyway, here we're in London. And you can see that from the buses.
The internet and its conspiracy theories.
There's no TARDIS, 0 out of 10.
Anyway, let's cutscene.
It just doesn't seem to add up, Professor.
That'd be Wales technically now.
I honestly thought you were pulling.
What, you reading the script for Gone Girl?
I wouldn't dream of it.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to Yuri Lowenthal.
Alright.
Professor, I hope this letter finds you well. As for me, I am in quite a predicament. You see, the London we know and love has been thrown into absolute chaos.
Oh my god, it's the British politics!
Actually, Jova, believe it or not, actually, you know that. Actually, yes, kind of is, as we'll see.
But it's already in chaos.
They imposed to stop drinking tea at 5 p.m. o'clock.
It's already in chaos.
So yeah, someone claiming to be future Luke from 10 years in the future.
I look forward to seeing you again.
Nothing new.
Your student, Luke Triton.
What?
P.S. 10 years from the future.
It seems that the author of this letter is none other than your future self, Luke.
Or you're making
just
this
an
up.
everyday thing.
Future self? But how is that even possible?
Pedro, remind me
Wrong
again
drugs.
the whole "this is a work of fiction" disclaimer.
Exactly, this is a work of fiction.
How did it get here?
88 miles per hour,
Yep.
Professor.
Oh, Teo, this is written by a Japanese writers. Do you honestly believe this would be normal?
I think this mystery might be the strangest.
Well, wait until we get to Jeanne d'Arc. That will be even more.
Yeah.
And even in the future,
You know, it's so funny. Even Layton uses the term "long time no see" every once in a while.
Long
to
time
take
no see.
Just chagrin. So yeah, you.
Oh, yeah,
so you
that's
know
joke.
it's
Oh, yeah,
by
that's
Japanese
joke.
writers.
times, my boy.
He said, yeah, there you go, Dwebs, a little Dick Clayton moment there.
But back to the letter.
Hey, Teo, have you heard my Dick Clayton?
Yeah, he has.
Yep,
Well, we haven't much to go
Have you been enjoying it?
definitely.
But think that this strange occurrence.
Yeah, there seems to be a thing of us British.
Anyway, yeah, the professor...
And now we're going to skip back a week.
Yeah, basically the professor is convinced that this letter has something to do with a certain incident that happened a week ago, as we're about to see. Professor Layton has received a mysterious letter. The sender claims to be Luke from 10 years in the future, but how can this be possible? So yeah, mystery number 1, the letter from the future. We'll get back to that later.
Okay, let's go. Anyway, anime
It all
cutscene.
started about a week ago.
As is typical of Layton plots, let's turn back the clock. Not literally yet.
And yes,
you know.
Teo, that's Liam O'Brien.
Oh no, it's cobbled Star Trek jargon.
Could be worse. It could be Disley.
Oh.
That's Scott Bullock.
Disley, the villain
That's
of Final
not
Fantasy
Lime O'Brien.
13.
Lime O'Brien voiced this guy using 13 too. Check your privilege.
My bad.
That's the guy's reaction to 13 too. What timing?
And yes, the Prime Minister.
So wait.
Oh, hey, it's Pedro, tell me.
So wait, a person presenting a time machine at a convention in the
Basically,
opening is Chrono Trigger.
He claims that he invented a time machine, and he invited everybody famous in London to see the demonstration, to see if time travel really was invented.
This really is like the beginning of Chrono Trigger.
It's obvious, Barton. I'm an influential man in the world of law enforcement.
Sure you are.
The sound quality is actually improved from the first 2 games.
Bigger budgets.
And I guess bigger DS card.
That too.
Possible, you say?
Possible.
It's interesting you mentioned that, Dwebs, because the biggest Nintendo DS card in the library in the DS catalog is Ni no Kuni, because Level 5 specifically asked Nintendo for the biggest card ever, so they could have fully uncompressed orchestral music in that game. Well, the foot certainly isn't anything to write home about. All right, Joe, you'll be Barton.
Jova?
Fine. Sorry you feel that way, sir. Actually, Dwebs, you'll be Barton.
Oh, okay.
This oversalted chop and pile of... Actually,
No.
Dwebs is Barton. This
If that's
I'm Pedro, I thought you were Barton. Remember from...
burden.
But it was only one line, so I can change now.
Okay.
Now, see here, Barton. If you don't return my chop at once, I'll have you driving a desk next week.
Well, you were Barton like Pandora's box.
It would be worth it. This crackling is crackling.
Actually, yeah, Dwebs' voice is perfect.
I only say that you voiced Barton
Whatever.
I only say that you voiced Barton because you voiced him in the Pandora's box, remember?
I know, but I don't care.
What time are you guys at?
6,
17,
17,
18, 19.
Oh, okay, the same time as me. Alright.
By the way, that guy, Bill, in the glasses, he's the Prime Minister of England.
Yeah.
In this...
Politics!
Fictional. Again, work of fiction, remember?
He doesn't look anything like David Cameron, what the hell?
Actually, it's interesting you mentioned
Considering
that.
how he acts, though.
Yeah. Let's just say Level 5 predicted British politics shenanigans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the narcolepsy thing.
Oh boy, I can't wait for that.
I'm not entirely sure. Still, if it proves to be true, can you imagine the stir it will cause in the scientific community?
They'll all go batshit crazy.
I think it's really exciting. Though you don't sound entirely convinced, Professor.
Well, gee, I wonder why.
Anything's possible, Luke. But I won't be convinced until I've seen the contraption work for myself.
This is no Doctor Who, Luke.
And I must confess, something about this entire presentation seems a bit off.
I mean, the time machine does not looks nothing like a phone camera.
TARDIS.
Yeah.
That must be your famous intuition talking, eh?
Typical.
That's one way of putting it.
Mm-hmm.
Not enough speculation. Look over there, Luke.
Look, it's David Tennant.
That's God. What about him?
Oh.
He seems to be looking for a man who snuck into the event uninvited.
Yep.
Ooh, so we have an intruder in our midst.
I guess that's our first
take
puzzle.
long.
Luke,
Yep.
are you sure the intruder
Yes,
is...
it is.
Oh, crumbs. I've really blown it this time.
You look troubled, sir. Might we be of assistance?
I guess. Oh, yes, please. See, I just received a report of some untoward behavior.
Ah, never mind. Come on, Luke, let's go.
Alright, Professor.
Alright, puzzle number one.
Maybe
a
we
party
just
crasher.
just help out for the sake of it.
Okay, I'll read the puzzle. There's an uninvited guest at the presentation, but the guards received a few clues as to his whereabouts.
His table
Guards, read the line.
has a white flower in it. His tablecloth is a different color than any adjacent tables. Oh, and his table doesn't have a yellow flower on it.
Adjacent tables are connected by dotted lines. Take the guard to the correct table.
So yeah, this is
if you take him to the wrong table, you'll both have hot steak thrown at your face.
So yeah, this
Ooh,
is
steak! I'll take it.
At your face.
Steak actually
Like I
cools
said,
down very quickly.
Like I said, I'll take it. I can eat it.
But so yeah, this is very easy.
Yeah, definitely.
Just because something's thrown in my face doesn't mean I can't catch it in my mouth.
Ew.
Hey, Japanese restaurants taught me well.
Hang on, I've forgotten who's voicing Old Layton in this. I mean, who out of us who's going to do Old Layton?
You mean Future Layton?
Yeah.
Future Layton will actually be played by. Actually, let's have Teo do that for one specific reason that I know, and Jova
Okay.
too.
Yep.
Can I also be the Lionel Bryan
Splendid work,
character?
my boy.
That is the Lionel Bryan.
Hold on, which character you mean?
The one voiced by Lionel Bryan we see before.
Let's just say, Teo, I have a plan for that. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks very much for your help. There'll be no more scrounging on my watch.
Did you see that, Professor? I just assisted in the apprehension of a suspect.
Well, I perverted the cause of justice.
Oh, looks like the presentation is about to begin. Let's get to our seats.
Okay, let's...
Oh, I love this guy. I love this guy's voice, by the way.
Cushion under my seat!
Thank you for taking part in an event that will
Wow, I'll give the
Oh
British
my
this. They
God.
sure know how to present.
This is definitely a tasty ham.
Why did he get...
to demonstrate mankind's
Oh, I'm sad I didn't get Peter Dickinson to voice this guy.
There's no shortage of hams in Great Old Britain.
It's still him, O'Brien.
Thank you, my esteemed colleagues. After
Stun
years
gone.
of research in the fields of time
Basically, Tio,
travel, I'm pleased
with
to
the exception
share
of Maria
that
Darling
I
in the UK version of these games,
Just a
all
few
the
short
actors are
moments, I
American.
will be moving
Yeah.
on to our scheduled demonstration. But first, I'm delighted to announce that Prime Minister Bill Hawkes is in attendance today.
No throwing eggs.
As such, I reserve a very special
Do you guys actually do that to David Cameron?
No, but
Please.
there's times where I really wish I could.
No need to be
But I
shy.
won't, because I'm dignified.
British is such a democrat, civilized country where they throw eggs at everyone.
Well, to be fair, from what I've heard,
What do you
their
mean?
politics kind of are a bit insane, so I can't blame them.
A genuine working time machine.
Genuine.
Don't you have a seat?
And to be fair, some people pronounce it as genuine.
Oh, I
Genuine.
think I get it. It's
Hold on,
the
ham.
Would you
present,
ask a
but
few words, Prime Minister?
Oh my god, that ham is so tasty.
yeah.
It tastes
I
good.
mean, is the Prime Minister going to be the target of an assassination attempt?
Yeah.
Well, let's just watch and see
My
what
wild
happens.
guess is that they'll send him into the prison
Again, I watched,
or
um,
something.
I guess Mission Impossible Rogue Nation's still very much in my mind.
For the entire human race.
Oh boy, Britain's trying to shape the shape of the human race. We're in trouble now.
Where did you lot trying to do it?
Hey, we at least knew what we were doing, and our United Nations handled things better than the League of Nations now.
Sure you do.
And we have even
Hey, how did the League of Nations do? Oh yeah.
the one
How did the atom bomb
frontier
do?
that has always eluded us is time.
Right.
Indeed, traveling through time is a dream many thought was out of reach for humanity.
I have never seen a politician so proud of himself since Senator Armstrong from Metal Gear Rising.
Ushering in a new era for mankind.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he's not eating his cereal.
Thank you for those words, Prime Minister.
I like how the Prime Minister makes the ham look even less of a ham in comparison.
Please take it away, Dr.
This is how I would voice an announcer.
Well, like I said, there's no shortage of hams in Britain.
I very much appreciate the Prime Minister's assistance in this demonstration.
You guys' hams do
Well,
taste
well, if there's one thing we can definitely say is that the actors are definitely not being lazy about their work here.
Got that
I
right.
have a mustache and a goatee. I'm definitely not an obvious villain.
Oh, come on, Theo. That's just judgmental. Come on. He's,
Yeah.
he's voiced by Liam O'Brien.
He's
and he
totally
has a-
magic.
Yeah, of course.
It was never my
By that
wish to
logic,
make
Sure, he's still
most
there.
of the characters.
I realize it's been
Sure?
some time since
Da
you
da
traded
da
in
da da.
the
Dun
hard
dun dun.
for the soft.
I hope she didn't have to leave early.
Please feel free to return.
But that's
to
alright.
your
We
seat.
can.
If
we
she,
can
if she had to, she'd at least type something, I think.
Wait. What I mean to say is, of course, I can assist you.
Okay.
Yes.
Bill, have you lost your mind?
Well, he is the Prime Minister of England.
You never had a
That's
mind.
the courage we've come to expect from our fear.
You really don't like your
You
politicians.
have my thanks.
From
Who
what
does?
from what I've heard, no, but from what I've heard, it's kind of shit.
I don't know if fearless leader are the right words to describe
Mr. Hawks.
anyone.
Would you mind?
Well, don't
British
worry,
politics.
don't worry, Shiro. Level 5 is about to vindicate you.
Oh
Okay,
boy.
let's see.
Yes, they are.
Oh,
This
boy.
reminds me a lot of the beginning of Mario and Luigi Partners in Time.
I've heard that
I
one.
can't wait to get
I've
around
heard,
to playing that.
I've heard that one's not very good.
It's kind of the weakest
good,
of
but
the
it's
four.
It's basically like this. It's a good game, but compared to, its brethren, it's not quite shall we say, as
spectacular, but it's still good overall.
I've only
Yeah.
played.
It's
I'm
definitely
only
the
playing through
darkest
Super.
of a bunch.
We're going to make the prime. We're going to take the Prime Minister all the way back to prehistoric time, so he'll never bother us again.
Hold on,
I'm only
let's,
playing
let's,
through
let's
Super
just
Stuff
see what
right
happens.
now, and I've heard all of the Mario and Luigi games are good. It's just that Partners in Time was it was the worst of the bunch, but that's not to say it's bad.
here goes. Now let's see how Britain
It
makes
works on
history.
Steam,
Oh boy.
I'm not quite sure the time machine's supposed to be doing that, is it, Luke?
I don't know.
Whoa!
Well,
Wow.
He's dead, isn't he?
Yes.
awesome. Can we put David Cameron in there?
Something's gone very wrong.
No shit, Professor.
And the Prime Minister's not just dead, he's pretty much...
Oh, I lost one.
Well, we can't
That's his
even
wife.
find him.
Yeah.
Honey,
Bear.
he's there, there,
Bear.
Hold on.
there, and there.
I love that guy.
The Prime Minister and Dr. Stangle have vanished.
My word.
He's dead.
The time machine position goes awry.
awry.
Awry, that's it, sorry.
Alright.
Again, I actually have an
So,
excuse.
you think that what happened last week is somehow connected to this letter?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe if the time machine was real, this letter is real too.
Unfortunately, we still haven't elected a replacement Prime Minister.
But these two
And no, I'm not running.
Don't worry, Dwebs, that will be addressed. It's not going to be forgotten.
Luke, have you
It's actually
heard
an
of
important part of the plot anyway, so.
recent occurring here in London?
Yep. There's been recent scientists disappearing from London.
Oh yes.
In what font?
Referenced in the paper.
Yeah, but
Some
what
of
paper?
London's greatest
Not
scientists
coming
Like a
The
soon.
Metro,
Chinese
of
paper.
course.
vanishing.
Squiggly paper.
I can't shake the feeling that those disappearances are linked to this whole affair.
Sure, why not?
In any case, it seems our best course of action is to head to the location mentioned in the letter.
Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much all we can do, so let's do it.
Now, what could possibly go wrong?
Alright,
Now
second.
we've got
Second
second
mystery, the kidnapped Prime Minister, I guess.
Prime Minister Bill Hawks, the minister disappeared in the accident at the time machine presentation. What could possibly have happened to him?
Justice.
I guess he got removed from office. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Or shall we say, impeached? By an act of God, they say.
Okay, right. Luke, I'm not quite sure where we are at the
Following the
moment.
clue in the letter, the Professor and I set off. What awaited us was one of the biggest mysteries we'd ever encountered.
Luke, you say that every game.
No, but trust me, Professor, this one's the biggest.
Yeah,
Even bigger than Azran Legacy.
it pretty much, well, not really. The Azran Legacy is in a bigger scale, like world scale,
Well, let's put it like
but
this.
this one is definitely the more
Your friend Pedro.
but this one is definitely the one with the biggest emotional stakes.
And
that's
so,
basically what I was saying. Is like,
strange
well,
as it sounds,
was like, well, technically, Azran Legacy does happen on a bigger scale, but Lost Future is sort of the bigger deal, especially when you get down to what happens by the end.
I know. I know.
Tia, have you heard Luke's American voice?
Yeah, don't like it either.
Don't worry. Believe it or not, Rafe actually likes it. He prefers it
That's
over Maria
Rafe.
Darling for some reason, which I will never understand.
Ew.
Wait.
Prologue. The clock shop on Medland Road.
Pedro, you just said he prefers Maria Darling.
No,
Don't you mean
sorry,
Lady
never
Manila?
mind. He prefers London Manila, actually. I don't know why, but he does.
Well, here we are. The clock shop that the letter mentioned should be around here somewhere. But where?
This seems an ideal time to consult the map that accompanied the letter.
You know, Professor, am I the only one who thinks it sounds a
Are we
bit
in
French
Diagon
here
Alley
with
now?
the accordion?
Here, Luke,
well-
see if you can find the shop's location by yourself.
Well, considering how many Harry Potter references are there in Ni no Kuni, I wouldn't be surprised if.
Say no more, Professor. By the way, am I the only one who thinks it sounds a bit French in here with all the accordion music?
We got a bigger budget, Luke. So we
No,
can
it
make
just means
French.
we are in a poor
It just all it means is that Tomohito Nishihura is doing the music, and this guy would put an accordion in everything, even if it's in Russia.
Below is the map to
actually
the
the
clock
card
shop that
building, yeah.
accompanied the letter from Luke's future self. Starting from the yellow arrow, can you find the clock shop using the times listed on the map?
Yes,
Circle-
I can.
Shut up! Circle the letter of the correct building and touch submit.
Well, that's very easy, honestly.
Yeah. Well, Esther can confirm for me. The only soundtrack Tomohito Nishihura made where it wasn't, just full-blown accordion driven was Rogue Galaxy, and even Rogue Galaxy had some accordion themes here and there.
The funny thing is that listening to Trials and Tribulations, Noriyuki Iwadura, he technically did the whole accordion thing before Tomohito. No shit. I suck at pronouncing
Nishimura.
No, I'm not saying that Nishihura was the first composer to put accordion music in a game. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that Nishihura... What I'm saying is that Nishihura's favorite instrument is the accordion, so he always uses it.
And you go
no matter what the game is, no matter what the setting is, he doesn't care. He just loves the accordion that much.
I get that. What I'm suggesting is that he might have gotten a few pointers from Noriyuki because considering the style that Iwadare uses for the accordion in Trials and Tribulations, it actually seems a bit on the same kind of scale that Tomohito uses. Nishihura uses for his Layton soundtracks.
Just call him Nishihura-san.
Nishihura-san.
Good time. The answer is H. The times indicate which direction to go at each junction and are written in order. At each junction, you need to take the listed time and proceed in the direction the clock's hour hand would point.
Yeah, it's
elementary, Professor.
It's you know that term, Theo, where you say turn at 4 o'clock.
Great, into the clock shop.
I use that
Total
myself.
now. Let's go, Professor.
All right, I'm gonna skip this because we already know how this works.
Blah 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 blah.
I know that you're Professor. Once you touch the touchscreen.
That's right. So just remember, whenever you want to move, touch my shoe. The shoe. Don't touch my shoe, Luke. I meant touch the one on the screen.
Whatever you say, Professor.
Luke, I stepped in mud on that shoe.
Yes, I know. Mud spelled backwards is dumb.
And I sneezed on it.
See you, everybody, for the next part.
Yeah.
See ya.